Let's explore this concept of focus and our ability to use focus to influence behaviors, habits, and outcomes. This is based on a lot of research from people that understand and study the brain. Craig Ross of Veris Global calls this mind factors. This concept has been modified and is called focus facts in Blendification. It is called focus facts because it has been scientifically proven that these facts apply to most people, more than 90% of the population. There are two focus facts. First, the mind can only focus on one thought at a time. And second, we move toward our focus. In reference to the first one, the mind can only focus on one thought at a time. Let's highlight the concept of multitasking. The world is set up for multitasking today. Mobile phones are like a Swiss Army knife, but just because technology grants us the ability to do 17 things at once doesn't mean we can do those 17 things well at one time. While the human eye is an amazing organ, it can only focus clearly on one subject at a time. We can't read and hold conversations at the same time. Glenn Wilson, former visiting professor of psychology at Gresham College, London, calls it infomania. His research found that being in a situation where you're trying to concentrate on a task and an email is sitting unread in your inbox, your effective IQ can be reduced by 10 points. Earl Miller, a neuroscientist from MIT, says that our brains are not wired to multitask well. When people think they're multitasking, they're actually just switching from one task to another very rapidly. And every time they do, there's a cognitive cost in doing so. We call it switching costs. So we're not actually keeping a lot of balls in the air like an expert juggler. We're more like a bad amateur plate spinner, frantically switching from one task to another, ignoring the one that is not right in front of us but worried it will come crashing down at any minute. Even though we think we're getting a lot done, ironically, multitasking makes us significantly less efficient. Knowing that the desire to multitask and accomplish many things at one time can be counterproductive, we should seek to reduce interruptions and maintain focus on the task at hand. Also, this focus fact not only applies to you, it applies to others. And sometimes, you may be the distraction or interruption that disrupts someone else's focus, so be conscious on how you impact others. Regarding the second focus fact, we move toward our focus. Our ability to concentrate is a gift. We have an enormous capacity for concentration and focus to such a degree that everything else fades into oblivion. Jerry Rice, the former receiver with the San Francisco 49ers, who holds virtually every receiving record in the NFL, and many call the greatest football player to ever play the game, said that when he went out for a pass, all he thought about was seeing the ball come into his hands. Once the ball was safely in his hands, his focus shifted to the goal line. We typically think of statements like, "we move toward our focus," in the context of motivation or following our passion. Our ability to focus our energy on one thing is like a double-edged sword. Sometimes we get caught up in distractions, real or imagined, and we don't focus on what is important. Human beings have the propensity to obsess on obstacles, and when this is done, obstacles can overshadow outcomes, diverting attention away from what really matters. Be conscious that focus is a precursor to behaviors, actions, and habits. Clearly identify your desired outcomes and maintain focus on them. While diversions will surface, look at those as bumps in your way rather than excuses to quit. These two focus facts play a significant role in how we communicate, interact, and lead. Be conscious of your focus at any time. Ask yourself, is my focus aligned with my desired outcomes and pursuits? It is much easier to change your focus when there is misalignment than it is to change habits evolved from unintentional focus.